now it's not safe for you. You switch like a pussy bitch. Hold up, y'all. I'll be right back. You switch like a pussy bitch. Yeah, my nigga, you tripping. You could have been superstars. Snatch up on the beat without slag. Night on the blick. Let out move my shit one. Yeah, a little bit. Here. Here. Hey, yo, let me get a big nigga cheese, yo. Go. YouTube was good with it, man. Let me get situated. You already know what it is, man. I know we back on here again. We doing this straight for the next 6 months. Ignore my bonnet, cause like you already know my hair not done, so it's like my hair not done, bro. I ain't even showing my hair. How y'all doing now? How y'all doing now? Remember to floss your teeth. We don't know what's back there. He said it broke no motion, sleeping on houses. All right, it's 11:16. I'm gonna read till. I'm gonna just read until I stop reading. You feel me? But let's get into it. We ain't talking too much today. We reading. Water. Water is like it don't have. It has flavor, but it has its own flavor. But like, if I can describe the taste, I don't know what type of juice or anything. Nothing is nothing is compared to this flavor. Like you can't compare nothing to water. I'm trying to really understand like what does this taste like? I don't know. That shit was cold. Are we back into it though? Like I said, y'all, you already know what it is. I ain't even gotta say too much because if you on my lives and you always been in my lives, you know, ain't shit really changed but a new book. But we learning about economics. You feel me? It's a big ass book, cause. But yesterday, you know, I'm gonna turn the fan on because it's hot. Damn, that shit fanning. God damn. All right, y'all. This nigga ashy. Damn. Like, my screen gotta be down. Yeah, my brightness is down. I'm like, all right. So yesterday we was talking about basically what is economics. You feel me? Cause like I said, a lot of us don't know what economics is. Like a lot of us don't know how things operate. We just get into it and don't even know how it operate. And I feel that is very naive of us to participate in something and we don't even know how it operate. You know, that's like buying a car and not knowing how it operates. So that's why I said it's important that we understand what economics is, and that's why I'm reading it to y'all. Because they don't teach this in school. We need to learn how things operate, right? So I ain't even gonna really go into it because all you gotta do is just watch my last live. You feel me? But this was what we read yesterday. You feel me? Make sure when y'all get on these lives, bruh, that y'all thumbs it up. Make sure that y'all thumbs it up. Y'all be on here watching and not doing nothing. I'm giving y'all information. So today what we reading is I gotta be loud with y'all. Say nah, I ain't gonna be that loud. So today we're reading The Role of Economics. Remember, economics is the study of scarce resources, right? That's what economics is. It's the study of scarce resources. Actually, it's the use of scarce resources. So y'all might be like, what is scarce? What is scarce resources? What is scarcity? Scarcity is that what everybody wants adds up to more than it is, right? So like say for example, you know, the flu games come out, some Jordan shoe come out, right? And say it's only 50 pairs of Jordans that's coming out, but it's 1,000 people in line. That's scarcity because it's not that many pairs of them coming out, but there's more people than there is shoes, right? That's scarcity. So economics is the study of use of scarce resources, right? That's what we read about yesterday. So now we know what economics is, and now we know what scarcity is. So now we about to read the role of economics, meaning the role of the study of scarce resources, of use scarce resources. Right, so now we about to read. Make sure y'all pay attention because this is the key, especially this goes for every facet. Even if you don't want to be a business owner, you still need to understand how the economy operates and how to capitalize off the move of either direction it goes, right? We're in a bad market or a good market, bad business cycle, a good business cycle. You feel me? We need to learn this, right? Because we always say they don't teach us in school. Well, I'm teaching you now, so what's your excuse? You feel me? And nobody breaking it down like me. You feel me? So it's like at this point you blaming yourself. You feel me? But in 2023, a lot of people blame other people now. I guess that's the new trend. The new trend is to play victim. Make sure y'all liking this live. All right. Yeah, that's not it. Hold up. All right. What we reading right here says the role of economics. The role. This is what we reading. So as I read it, just remember, we're reading about the role of economics. It said among the misconception of economics is that it is something that tells you how to make money or run a business or predict the ups and downs of the stock market. But economics is not personal finance or business administration. And predicting the ups and downs of the stock market has yet to be reduced to a demandable formula. It says when economists analyze prices, wages, profits, or the international balance of trade, for example, it is from the standpoint of how decisions in various parts of the economy affect the allocation of scarce resources in a way that raises or lowers the material standard of living of the people as a whole. So let's stop right there, because ignore what I just said about um what did I just say that was not accurate. um I can't remember it, so we're gonna read it again. It says among the misconception of economics is that it is something that tells you how to make money or run a business or predict the ups and downs of the stock market. So he's saying that's a misconception, right? He said, but economics is not personal finance or business administration, and predicting the ups and downs of the stock market has yet to be reduced to a dependable formula. So he's saying economics is not personal finance. Economics is not personal finance or business administration. It says when economics is no, never mind. It says when economists analyze prices, wages, profits, or the international balance of trade. For example, it is from the standpoint of how decisions in various parts of the economy affect the allocation of scarce resources in a way that raises or lowers the material standard of living of the people as a whole. So he's saying, so economists is people that, study the economy. That's what economists are. They analyze things, right? And he's saying that, hold up. He's saying when economists analyze these things, it is from a standpoint of how decisions and balance of trade. No, he's saying it is from a standpoint of how decisions in various parts of the economy affect the allocation of scarce resources. So if we go back and say that economics is the study of the use of scarce resources. So what economists do is they analyze from a standpoint of how the decisions in various parts of the economy affect the allocation of scarce resources in a way, right? It is from the standpoint of how decisions, so it's all about the decisions and consequences. It's not always about the resources, it's about the decisions and the consequences after that. It's a economics is not simply a topic on which to express opinions or vent emotions. It is a systematic study of cause and effect. So like I just said just a minute ago, it's about the consequences, it's about the decisions and then the consequences after that. And he's saying that economics is not a topic to express opinions or vent emotions. It's a systematic study of cause and effect. That's what economics is. It's a systematic study of cause and effect. So what you do with this resource, so on that resource you make a decision, and then that decision comes with a consequence, right? So cause and effect. It says showing what happens when you do specific things in a specific way. So the decision and then the consequence. It says in economic analysis, the methods used by a Marxist economist like Oscar did not differ in any fundamental way from the methods used by a conservative economist like Milton Friedman. Y'all should definitely check out Milton Friedman. He's another famous economist. He has a lot of videos on YouTube too. I watched a couple of them. I'm gonna reread that again. It says in economics analysis, the methods used by a Marxist economist like economists like Oscar did not differ in any way fundamentally. Let me read that again because I was scrambling. It say in economic analysis, the methods used by a Marxist economist like Oscar did not differ in any fundamental way from the methods used by a conservative economist like Milton Friedman. It said it is these basic economic principles that this book is about. One of the ways of understanding the consequences of economic decisions is to look at them in terms of the incentives they create, rather than simply the goals they pursue. This means that consequences matter more than intentions, right? He talking. He talking. He say, this means that consequences matter more than intentions, and not just the immediate consequences, but also the longer run repercussion. So like, I can use this for an example. Like, what's going on in the economy now, and all the things that the Fed is doing, you know, interest rates, inflation, all these things that's happening. This is definitely going to affect the longer term. You feel me? It definitely is going to affect the longer term. What's going on right now is definitely going to affect the longer term, right? And it's about the concept. It's about the decisions and the consequences that happens from what is happening now, right? We seeing slight effects of what it's doing to the economy, but there's going to be bigger consequences, right? And it says right here, it's just not immediate consequences, but also the longer run repercussions. So we will be facing a lot of economic difficulties, if not now, then later, right? 2024, 2025, 2026. Them the years that we might see effect of what is going on now as far as inflation, interest rates, CPI, um, all that, right? We're gonna see that. We're gonna see the effect of that. Unemployment, we're gonna see that. I just got water on my butt. I'm hurt right now. Fuck. All right, let's underline that, right? Because that's important. It says one of the ways of understanding the consequences of economic decisions is to look at them in terms of incentives they create. So what does he mean by that? So what does he mean by looking at them in terms of incentives they create, right? It says rather than simply the goals they pursue. It says one of the ways of understanding the consequences of economic decisions is to look at them in the term of incentives they create. So we all know what incentives are. Like an incentive is like a some type of activity, I would say. Like you get the incentive to do this, this, or this with this, right? That's what he means. He said this means that consequences matter more than intentions, right? This means that consequences matter more than intentions, and not just the immediate consequences, but also the longer run repercussions. Right, let's get to it. Oh, we about to get into the good shit right here. It's a y'all listening, y'all following along. It's not about it's not about the resources. It's about the consequences and the decisions made with the resource, right? It's a nothing is easier than to have good intentions, but without an understanding of how an economy works, good intentions can lead to counterproductive or even disastrous consequences for a whole nation. See, so listen to, oh my God, God damn, I gotta reread that. We gotta reread that. Listen to what he said. He say, nothing is easier than to have good intentions, right? But without an understanding, because understanding is key, you gotta be competent. Without an understanding of how an economy works, good intentions can lead to counterproductive or even disastrous consequences for a whole nation, right? So the Fed, the president, they can have good intentions, but without understanding of the economy and things, it can lead to consequences for the whole nation. Me and you. It can affect me and you. You might be like, how can that affect me? Like, it don't got nothing to do with me. They ain't giving me no money. Food prices, gas prices, shit that we consume, right? That affects us. It says many, if not most, economic disasters have been a result of policies intended to be beneficial. And these disasters could often have been avoided if those who originated and supported such policies had understood economics. He talking. Listen to what he just said. I'm gonna read that for me and you. Don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody we doing this. It say many, if not most, economic disasters have been a result of policies intended to be beneficial. Intended. So they intended for these policies to be beneficial, right? And it says, and these disasters could often have been avoided if those who originated and supported such policies had understood economics, right? Because remember, in the beginning of this new page we just read, it says nothing is easier than to have good intention, but without an understanding, right? But it says now here, it says many, if not most, economic disasters have been a result of policies intended to be beneficial, but these disasters could often have been avoided if those who originated and supported such policies had understood economics, right? So we're going through what we're going through because the people that's running this world, they intend for things to be beneficial, but they don't understand economics. So now we got to go through what we go through because they don't understand, right? That's why I say, like, y'all, it's important to know things like this because, like I said, that's like going in a house and you don't know where your rooms are. So if we're in the world, we need to learn how it operates. You feel me? Because America is ran off of money. Everybody want their profit, so why not go along with the profit? Some of y'all might be in the chat and be like, I don't care about money, this and this. Okay, this probably not for you. But the ones that want to get the money and secure it and invest it and move constructively with it, this page is for you, right? This is for you. So we gotta learn the fundamentals. See, we try to we try to we try to build with no foundation. So that's why our building falls. Because we try to build with no foundation. We gotta have the foundation. We gotta have the we gotta have the support at the bottom to stand tall. So when we build from foundation and build up, our building is not gonna fall. But what we try to do is build off of no foundation, no fundamental analysis, no fundamentals at all. And that's why our buildings, our skyscrapers that we dream of having, falls because we don't have any foundation. We didn't do the dirty work first, meaning we didn't do the work that mattered most. That's like, what can I use? That's like, let me know if this makes sense. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. That's like trying to drive a car with no wheels. The wheels is the foundation. You got to put the wheels on first, right? Or you got to have a framework for the wheels so the top of the car can sit on the wheels. That's the foundation, right? So we got to have a foundation before anything. So I feel economics is key. And if you are number 8, you definitely gonna fall in love with business. You know, um, economics, all this shit. You feel me? Law. Like when I say number 8, like say your birthday, either on the 26th, the 17th, or the 8th, you gonna fall in line with one of these. I might see a lot of 8s in the chat. A lot of birthdays that land on 26, 17, 8, and whatever other number add up to 8. That's the lucky number too. But let's get back into it. It say, while there are conversities in economics as there are in science, this does not mean that the basic principles of economics are just a matter of opinion, any more than the basic principles of chemistry or physics are just a matter of opinion. Einstein's analysis of physics, for example, was not just Einstein's opinion. As the world discovered at Hiroshima, it says economic reactions may not be as spectacular or as tragic as of a given day, but the worldwide depression of the 1930s plunged millions of people into poverty, even in the richest countries, producing malnutrition in countries with surplus food, probably causing more deaths around the world than those in Hiroshima. So I'm gonna reread that so we can understand what he's saying, because I didn't understand that. I get what he was saying. No, we just gonna reread it because we don't need to rush. We need to understand and grasp what the hell is being said in these books. Because we rush in these books thinking, you know, we gotta read. Like the time is on our side. So we're gonna go back. It says, while there are controversies in economics, as there are in science, this does not mean that the basic principles of economics are just a matter of opinion. So he's saying economics is just not a matter of opinions, right? So you can't put an opinion in economics, right? He said any more than the basic principles of chemistry or physics are just a matter of opinion. It says Einstein's analysis of physics, for example, was not just Einstein's opinion. As the world discovered at Hiroshima, it say economic reactions may not be as spectacular or as tragic as of a given day, but the worldwide depression of the 1930s plunged millions of people into poverty. Damn, I didn't know that. The worldwide depression of the 1930s plunged millions of people into poverty. And that's why I'm gonna keep saying it, like economics, like all this is key, bruh. We, like, that's why I keep saying this, like, bruh, how you gonna be in the world and you don't know how to operate, right? We wanna know, we wanna know about every other thing, about what he doing, she doing, what he got, what she got, what the Jones is doing. But we're not even trying to figure out how this world operate, right? Like we on the wrong side of the ball, y'all. Like I said yesterday, information that's informative is boring, but entertainment is, I forgot how I said it, but we want to focus on entertainment because it's pleasing. But when it comes to information, we don't want to deal with it. You know, we get the yawning. You feel me? Y'all gotta watch my live yesterday on how I said it. I think I said like entertainment is bad and information is, I forgot how I said it, but y'all see where I'm trying to go with this. Like we're on the wrong side of the ball, right? We are definitely on the wrong side of the ball. We trying to soak up all this entertainment and then not do nothing with it but laugh. Like a laugh don't pay me. Why? I'm not about to laugh if I'm broke. You feel me? Not saying I'm broke, but in general, like we need to soak up information every day. We so busy, we wake up and start scrolling. Like, what? Why am I waking up scrolling? Like, we need to ask questions like this. Like, why am I waking up scrolling? Why do I need to do an Instagram check every day? It's the same shit. You feel me? But it say, conversely, when India and China historically, two of the poorest nations on earth, began in the late 20th century took no century to make fundamental changes in their economic policies. Their economies began growing dramatically. It has been estimated that 20 million people in India rose out of destitution in a decade. In China, the number of people living on $1 a day or less fell from 374 million, one third of the country's population in 1990 to, damn, my shit keep cutting off. Hold up. Hold up real quick. Damn. Fuck. It's my charger. That is my charger. I see a couple people getting on here. Oh, y'all want to learn that. Y'all want to go get some entertainment and stay broke. That's what y'all want to do. If you don't want to learn on how things operate as far as the world in your mind, yo, yeah, I'm almost done reading. I'm almost done reading. I gotta read, y'all. I gotta read. Cause I'm better than me yesterday. Yesterday, myself is my yesterday self. My today self is better than my yesterday self because I'm learning. See, what people want to do is scroll and entertain their minds. But this information right here, they said if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in a book. You wanna hide something from a black person, put it in a book. So we need to learn about economics, y'all. We need to. We always talk about our school didn't teach us this. I'm teaching you this, and I'm breaking it down to where you can understand it. Or at least I'm helping. But you know, this for the ones that wanna elevate. You know, Mom, I'm not gonna even tell y'all that. I ain't even gonna tell y'all too much yet, cause we ain't even built a connection yet to where I can tell y'all a lot of things. You feel me? We gotta build that bond first. We gotta relate. I don't know much about my audience yet, so that's why I need y'all to interact. But one day, this YouTube channel is gonna grow dramatically, and some of y'all gonna wonder how I did it, but the ones that's been here gonna know why I did it. You feel me? But all I'm gonna do is keep going. Right? Let's go. Damn, I keep getting water on my book. All right, so let's get it. It says money doesn't even have to be involved to make a decision. Let me reread that again. It says money doesn't even have to be involved to make a decision be economic. It says when a military medical team arrives on a battlefield where soldiers have a variety of wounds, they are confronted with the classic economic problem of allocating scarce resources which have alternative uses. Almost never rare, no, what the hell? Almost never are there enough doctors, nurses, or paramedics to go around, nor enough medication. Some of the wounded are near death and have little chance of being saved, while others have a fighting chance if they get immediate care. And still, others are only slightly wounded and will probably recover whether they get immediate attention or not. If the medical team does not allocate its time and medication efficiently, some wounded soldiers will die needlessly, while time is being spent attending to others not as urgently in need of care or still others whose wounds are so devastating that they will probably die in spite of anything that can be done for them. It is an economic problem, though not a dime changes hands. It's a it is an economic problem, though not a dime changes hands. It says most of us hate even to think of having to make such choices. Indeed, as we have already seen, some middle class Americans are distressed at having to make much vital choices and trade-offs. But life does not ask us what we want. It presents us with options. Economics is one of the ways of trying to make the most out of those options. Mm. Mm. See, look, I read something that they said that by October 23rd, 2023, Americans will run out of money, run out of saving money. So what does that mean? A lot of people will be going to their credit cards and swiping them credit cards. And what does that mean? Credit card debt is going to go higher. What does that mean? More interest. What does that mean? More stressing. You feel me? Remember that. We are in control of our finances. Nobody else. Nobody else. We put ourselves in financial distress because we want to go to the retail store every day. Every day we want to go to that retail store, but we don't want to plan our finances. Look, we put ourselves in emotional distress. We do it to ourselves. Nobody else. Then we walk around sad. I mean, I can't feel bad or empathy for you because I know how you got yourself in it, right? I can't find it. But y'all need to plan your finances and y'all need to document what you spend. I'm gonna reread it again. It says most of us hate even to think of having to make such choices. It says, indeed, as we have already seen, some middle class Americans are distressed at having to make much milder choices and trade offs. It says, listen to this. It says, but life does not ask us what we want, it presents us with options. Economics is one of the ways of trying to make the most out of those options. And I say this all the time in my videos, like, we get opportunities every day. A lot of people wait for opportunities. You gonna keep waiting. You feel me? Like, I tell people this all the time. I tell myself this. I talk to y'all how I talk to me. So it's like I'm not changing. I'm not putting on no type of mask identity for y'all. I'm this is my real authentic self. And I talk to y'all how I talk to me. Period, point blank. And I tell myself this all the time. Like, if you don't speak, you not gonna get fed. Period, point blank. You not. You can look and observe, but that's like you having faith on this endeavor that you have, but you don't act on it. It's dead faith. Everybody say they got faith in this and this, but are you acting with the faith? Are you using the faith? That's like having a that's like that's like having a job and you don't got your ID to punch in. Are you gonna use the ID to punch in? Like, if you got faith, you gotta use it. A lot of people got faith in things but don't use the faith. Meaning they don't act with the faith. They don't put any action in towards it. They just sit there and think this. I got faith. I don't got to do nothing. Faith is going to come. Like, what do you mean faith is going to come? That shit not coming. You feel me? Like, a lot of people got faith. But faith in what? They're not using the faith, right? And that's why I say all the time, like, opportunities. We get opportunities every day. You feel me? Every day we do. You can't say it's not a time where you didn't get an opportunity. It don't even gotta be an opportunity for money. It can be an opportunity for yourself to change, for yourself in general. You feel me? To speak up, to act confidently. It's opportunities everywhere for us to move forward. And that's why, like, as I'm growing in knowledge, meaning as I'm consuming more information that's beneficial to me, I know more and more that we put ourselves in these situations. We put ourselves in financial distress. We put ourselves in emotional distress. We put ourselves in physical distress. We put ourselves in mental distress. I've learned these things through my experiences. Like, um, I had an experience, and I can laugh about it because And I can laugh about it because I put myself in it. But I was observing myself so well that I seen myself feeling some type of emotion because it happened. But I thought to myself, like, you put yourself through this. Like, you don't gotta be mad or feel some type of way because now you know what created it. I could see if you was mad because you didn't know what created the situation, but now you know who created the situation because you were the observer instead of the instead of instead of the you was a there's so many O's I couldn't even do it. You was an observer instead of the absorber. So now I know that each circumstance that happens in my life is because of me. And if I'm not the observer and I'm the absorber, then I won't be the observer. If that makes sense. I know that was, but I'm gonna say it slowly. If I'm the observer, I won't know I won't know how it happened. But if I'm the if I'm the absorber of the event or the circumstance, I won't know how it happened because I was in too deep into the emotions. But if I'm the observer, I'm gonna know how this situation happened, what caused it, because I'm observing. I'm seeing how it happened. So that situation that I went through a couple months ago, it was like 2 months ago. Actually, it was July. In July, I had went through something, but because of me being an observer instead of the absorber, right? I knew what happened, and now my emotions was controlled because I knew what created this situation. But you won't know who created the situation if you are the absorber. You're absorbing the 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 thing instead of observing how it happened. You feel me? You gotta choose which one you gonna be. Cause we sit in the emotion of absorbing it, soaking it in like a sponge. But if we get out of it and be the observer of it, we can understand that I created this and I don't have to feel no type of way because now I can learn from this and I don't have to do it again. So now that's one I can check that off. That's one experience I don't have to go through no more because I've learned how I created that. I can't do that no more because I'm gonna put myself back in this predicament. I can't move how I moved when I made that decision because it's gonna put me back, and I don't want to go through that because so many emotions came with that I didn't like it. It wasn't satisfying. It wasn't beneficial, right? So we gotta be the observer instead of the absorber, right? We have to because when we observe, we learn and we don't have to do it no more. We don't have to go through that experience again, right? Because a lot of people make the same mistake, but they make the same mistake because they're the absorber. They're absorbing it instead of observing it, right? So that's key. I feel like we need to learn that and learn how to do that, right? We so much in our heads that we don't even know how it happened because we absorbing so much of it. You know, it's different if you absorb information because it's benefiting you. But if you're absorbing things that's not beneficial to you, your experience now is gonna be hell of a ride until you learn what the hell happened, what caused it. See, I understood what caused the situation that I went through back in July because I was the observer. I wasn't absorbing it. And looking back, I was thinking about it at work, and I'm like, damn. Like I was like, cause I made a decision that wasn't very beneficial. You know, I definitely did. But I'm not tripping. I'm not stressing. I'm not emotionally distressed. None of that because I know now moving forward because that's the whole concept of life moving forward. I know moving forward that won't happen again because now I got experience and like I'm blessed because of that. You feel me? So I'm grateful that that happened. And that was an opportunity for me. But let's keep going. We ain't gonna say too much though. We ain't gonna say too much though. I bet I won't do it again. All right, so now we talking about prices and markets, part one. That's what we talking about. The role of prices. It say the wonders of markets is that they reconcile the choices of merit individuals. All right, so remember what I said. If you don't know a word, Google it. Everything is Googleable, right? If you don't know a word, Google it. Because I don't know these words, so guess what? I'm going to know them in like 10 seconds. Reconcile. I heard of it, but like, I don't know what it means. It's 12. Damn. I think I'm addicted to naked women. That we almost had. But shit is all good. We threw a party, yeah, we threw a party. Bitches came over, yeah, we threw a party. I was just talking, and they would just leave it. Call me, too many, an agreement.
Reconcile.
Reconcile. Reconcile. Reconcile. Alright, let's see what reconcile means. I don't know what it means. What does it mean to reconcile? To restore, to friendship or harmony. Resolve, settle. It says the wonder of Marcus is that they resolve the choices of. Alright, so now we know what reconcile means. You can't tell me I don't know what it means now. Hey, just make sure y'all tap in because I can learn a few from me. God did. God did. God did. Tomorrow, bro, I'm gonna just post shorts for my YouTube video because I should have been doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, self. I apologize to myself, man, because I was being supposed to post shorts for my live. But I'm going live every day, y'all. I'm giving y'all this information. Some of y'all don't like to read, but I'm reading for y'all. So, like, that's a service. And we learning about economics. Bro, if this shit happen one more time, I'm gonna blow this bitch up. Marad. I think that's what it's called, Marad.
Myriad.
Or Myriad. Scores. Myriad. A lot. Alright, we know what Myriad means. Bro, do it again. Do it again. Do it one more time. See what I'm doing to you, computer. I ain't playing, yo. Hey, I love this reading shit, bro. It changed my life. And it can change yours. All you gotta do is read. It changed my life financially. It changed my life mentally. Like I'm not. Hey, don't forget, I'm still learning every day. Cause if you think you know it all, that's when you stop learning. I don't know shit. I don't know shit. I don't know shit. But guess what? I'm gonna keep learning, and I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna keeping on. Cause I know it's all gonna make sense. Marry and reconcile. So it says the wonder of Marcus is that they reconcile the choices of myriad individuals. So myriad means a lot of individuals, like a crowd of individuals. Reconcile means resolve. So it says the wonder of Marcus is that they resolve the choices of, okay, see, you see what happens when you break down these words so you can understand them. You understand the whole sentence. Because it's important that we understand. If we don't know a word, bro, all you gotta do, get on Google, right? Open your book, go on the back and write it. So reconcile means resolve. Myriad means crowded. Exceed means go beyond. Murky means dark. Jargon means slang. Rhetoric means expression. You feel me? I know these words now. I knew them. Like I've heard of them, but I never knew what they meant. So it says the wonder of markets is that they resolve the choices of individuals. So what does that mean? So he's saying the market provides resources that resolve the choices of a lot of individuals, right? That's easy. That's easy to understand. I love this shit, bro. I can do this for the rest of my life. I swear to God. And that's on God. Oh, we about to read some hot shit. It said the role of prices. So what does that mean? You're like, what is the role of prices? Google. They don't want you to learn this shit, huh? But we gonna learn it here. What does the role of prices mean? The price of goods. The price of goods play a critical role in determining distribution of resources in a market system. So the role of prices is basically the title is called the role of prices, and I'm trying to understand what does the role of prices mean. So it's the price of goods, right? Goods mean like your lease agreement, uh, the store, like products at the store, goods, like goods and services. Y'all know what goods are, right? Goods and services. Them words are weird, like goods and services. Let's look up the legal definition of goods. What does goods mean? Goods mean all things including specific, no, including especially manufactured goods, which are movable at the time of identification to the contract for sale other than the money in which the price is to be paid. Investment securities, Article 8. So they talking about the UCC. So goods are like things that are made from factories. But it's also another term for goods, in a contract, like in a lease agreement, the money on the paper is the goods, right? You can get the goods. Right, so the role of prices, the price of goods, right? It says, since we know that the key task facing an economy is the allocation of scarce resources which have alternative uses. We keep hearing that word alternative uses. What do you mean by that? Alternative uses. I didn't see that word. Okay, so alternative uses. So alternative uses means like, so alternative uses is like you can use it in different ways. So basically that's like if you got an outfit on, if you got an outfit on, so the shirt is white, the pants are black, and you got another and you got another outfit where the pants is black and the shirt is white. Them you can use that in different ways, right? That's alternative uses. You can switch it up. So it says, since we know that the key task facing an economy is the allocation of scarce resources which have alternative uses, the next question is, how does an economy do that? So, how does an economy let scarce resources have alternative uses, right? Scarce means, remember the word scarce, scarcity. Scarce and scarcity is the same word, right? It's the same word. So when we hear scarce resources, let's go back to it. Scarcity means, it says, what does scarce mean? It means that what everybody wants adds up to more than there is. So going back to the Jordan shit. Remember, if some shoes come out, like say the flu games or the Laneys or the Brand Force, any type of retro that come out, right? And it's only 50 pairs, but everybody that wants them adds up to more than the 50 pairs. That's scarce. That's scarcity, right? And it says, since we know that the key task facing an economy is the allocation of scarce resources which have alternative uses, the next question is, how does an economy do that, right? And we're going to stop right there. I appreciate y'all, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow.